It's very rare that you remove and replace your kit underwater, but you learn to do so for situations in which you might need to, such as getting out of some entanglement, or once in a while to make an adjustment. This is one of the few skills where it's important to be negatively buoyant, so find insensitive bottom away from fragile aquatic life. Negative buoyancy and kneeling helps you control your stability once you take your kit off, especially with weight-integrated BCDs. Here's one way to do this, though there are others. With a low to moderate amount of weight in a weight-integrated BCD, or without integrated weights, deflate your BCD completely. If you have a lot of weight in a weight-integrated BCD, you may want to have just a bit of air so you can handle it. After deflating it, kneel with your right knee up like this. Loosen and release the straps, then take the unit off, starting with your left arm. This is important for keeping your regulator in place. Keep your kit upright and don't let go. Immediately stand it on your right knee, close to your body. This keeps its weight where you need it to offset your exposure suit's buoyancy. Keep your right arm partially through the opening to control it. You can completely remove both arms and lay it horizontally on your knee or lap if circumstances require, though you'll need to stand it back up to put it back on. Replace the unit like a coat, starting with your right arm, again so your regulator stays in place. Pull it all the way onto your right shoulder so the weight stabilizes you. It may help to hold the bottom of your cylinder with your right hand and lean forward just a bit. Then slide your left arm in. Before fastening the straps, double-check that you're not trapping any hoses or accessories. The main reason to remove and replace weights underwater is to adjust your trim or to adjust your weight. Sometimes a weight pouch comes loose or you have some other weight system adjustment to make. How you do this depends upon your weight system. You may remove and replace individual weights, weight pockets, or your entire belt. This is another skill in which negative buoyancy helps. On insensitive bottom, deflate your BCD, then kneel with a knee up on the side from which you're removing weights or the right knee with a weight belt. Remove the pocket or weight and rest it on your knee. Replace it much like you would at the surface. With many systems, it helps to lean back so it slides into place. Your instructor will show you the techniques best suited to your kit. With a weight belt, release it and pull it from behind your back with the buckle side, the left side free, and drape it on your knee, like this. Replace it like this, much as you would at the surface. Remember to bend or lie forward, face downward, after you have it in place, so it rests in the small of your back. This takes tension off the buckle so you can resecure it easily. Check for trapped hoses before tightening it completely. Sometimes you have to descend or ascend without a reference that you can see or touch. Follow the same 5-point descent and ascent steps you've already learned, but watch your computer and control your speed with your BCD. To practice this in confined water, ignore any visual clues and reference your buddy and your computer. As you descend, equalize, maintain contact, and adjust your buoyancy. Don't rush. It's easier to control a slow descent than a rapid one. While ascending again, maintain buddy contact. Hold on to each other if necessary. Control your buoyancy and ascent rate. Again, slower is easier. Make a safety stop by hovering in midwater at 5 meters or 15 feet. To practice this in confined water, stop about halfway between the bottom and the surface. If you need to navigate while descending or ascending without a reference, one technique is for buddies to hang on to each other. One navigates while the other controls the descent or ascent depth and rate. You can practice this in confined water also. During the course, you'll make one or more mini dives. Mini dives are simulated dives in which you practice the steps of the actual dive much as you would in open water. Your instructor will have you and your buddies plan these much as you would an open water dive, including your time and air supply limits. You'll conduct pre-dive safety checks and use appropriate entries and exits for water too deep in which to stand. Each mini dive will have specific skills and objectives that your instructor will assign, plus you'll practice the skills you want to with your buddy, play around a bit, and generally enjoy being underwater. Learning to dive can be challenging, but it's also rewarding, exciting, and new. At this point, you've learned a lot about diving, and soon you'll be completing your open water dives. But as exhilarating and satisfying as it is to become a PADI open water diver, it's only the beginning. Dive conservatively, follow your training, and keep learning. And a lifetime of underwater adventure awaits you. Welcome to diving.